Hey everyone, welcome back. And today we're starting a new project, an RMX 250. I'm not sure of the year yet, but hopefully we'll find that as we go. I'm going to make this a little bit different from our other teardown videos. You're going to see that there's the teardown component, but I'm also going to talk as I'm going about it to show you guys exactly what I'm thinking, a better state of the bike, what we're planning to do with the restoration. So let me know what you think of the new video, and without further ado, we'll get started. As I'm going, finding more and more rust here. It's a bit more than just surface rust. So it's probably lucky we got to the bike when we did. It's only going to get more and more rusted. Hopefully it's salvageable. We'll have to just keep stripping and see where we end up. As expected, they're completely rusted, so we'll replace these. So now that we have the plastics off, I can see a bit clearer a couple of things to work on. The exhaust pipe, I don't know if it's meant to have studs or if it's meant to have more of these springs, but I'm not sure if they've used a pipe from a different RM or RMX, but it's just rust everywhere. A lot of dirt rust, hopefully that's all surface. Down here, just rust. It's had a pretty rough life by the looks of it. Still, the biggest issue I can see is the rusting at the back of the bike. That one looks quite deep. And also here at the base. That definitely needs to be addressed. So the next thing I'm going to do is take off what I would call the subframe, but just the left arm, airbox out, and then we'll start chipping away at the radiator, the pipe, just to clear up a bit of this so that we can get the engine out. Now another thing that's confusing me is I read that some of the RMXs, they have the idling screw with the choke, and it's apparently having problems starting. But this looks like the idling screw is separate from the choke. So I'm not sure if this is exactly the carburetor that comes with it. Again, I'm not sure what year model it is. Well, I know the seller called it an RMX. It's got the upside down forks. So that would suggest that it's not a 95, it'd have to be before it. But there's just a lot of things that don't quite add up. And the serial number on the frame, which I'll show shortly, doesn't have anything useful, so maybe it came from America. But we'll see. To be honest, it doesn't look half bad. You know, usual wear and tear on the outside, but yeah, the inside looks quite fresh. It's not sticky though, so the air filter gel, whatever it's called, is definitely dried up. To add a little bit more misery, you can see there, it says model something X250SN. So I have a feeling that would have told me the year and model of this thing, but it's cooked. So hopefully there's another tag somewhere on this bike that'll help me. Because, again, on the side here, that barcode, SJ13A-103349, it doesn't help me at all in US, Australian or Japanese databases. So, hoping we can identify this bike at some point, because I'm going to need parts. Now on this side, that was not held in well, but it's in one piece, so that's a start. This will be a problem. Big crack there, so I think we'll TIG weld that. I don't really have the money to buy a brand new one, but again, we'll fix this. We'll have to fix that anyway, because that's not a subframe, it's connected to the base of the frame. And as I was saying earlier, the left side disconnects, but the right side doesn't. So a lot of work to do here, but I'm confident we'll work it out. We'll keep digging. I don't know if that's a mount to anything, but that's not holding on. I don't even know how that would connect. Like, I don't think this is the actual exhaust for it. And this right now is sitting on what I thought was the oil pump. So we're gonna have to do a bit of welding to make this work. We're gonna have to make a bracket or something. The mystery continues. So we're gonna take this spring off because it's not actually bolted down, but there are, you see there are bolt studs. So again, this leads me to believe that this can't be the original exhaust. So yeah, we'll keep going, see where we end up. So at this stage we just have the engine, frame, carburetor, but you know, everything where the swing arm connected. Yeah, it's coming along. I think it's going to be a great project. I can't wait to see this one through. Thinking about getting it Cerakoted, powder coated, something like that, but we'll see. Next we'll get this engine out, then take the front forks off, and then should be pretty well stripped. Now that we've got a little bit more room to check out these shocks, that's an interesting one. It's actually, I don't know if it's been anodized, but it looks like layers upon layers that have been, I don't know, worn off, scratched off, so that will be interesting to fix. Doesn't look structurally damaged. I mean, the seals are definitely going to need replacement. But that is interesting, just how thick that cracking is. Does anyone know what that is? But we'll keep going. I just saw that then. Worth noting, there is a spacer. Is there one on the other side? No, only on the left side of the bike there's a spacer. So now it's been fully taken apart, and now it's time to make a game plan. So we'll start left from right. Plastic's looking pretty good, Nick. I think the side plastics on the tank will have to be replaced though, and I need a new side panel, the white one at the back for the left side of the bike. Shocks, again, we're gonna have to look at if that anodizing is chipped off or if there's actually any problems inside of it. Leaking forks, that should be quite easy to fix at some point. Fuel tank, we're gonna have to just strip it down and repaint it properly. I think the radiators are fine, we can work with that. They're straight, very little bend in them. Maybe we'll be able to buff it out. Structurally, a bunch of surface rust to deal with. But my main concern is these parts at the back. These have rusted quite badly. I think we'll strip it back and just see how bad it is. We'll get it to metal and kind of go from there. Airbox is fine. Engine, we'll do a complete rebuild. If you've followed the channel, you'll see that we always do a complete rebuild. Take it down to nuts and bolts and then rebuild it again. So keep an eye out for that video. We'll see if it needs a top end rebore and stuff like that. The back, I think it's all good. Tires are pretty fresh. We'll just clean everything up and make it look nice. We'll see if we need to do anything with the back shock. But ideally, you know, try and save money where we can. But we'll see what happens there. Seat, refurbish it. Exhaust is gonna have to do some research because I'm pretty sure that's not the exhaust for this bike. When I took it off, I also noticed that. So they've got thermal foil that was sitting in between that and the oil pump and the engine. So let's just do some research and reassess. Front wheel looks fine. It's got Kendra tires on it. We'll just make it look shiny and pretty. I don't see anything needing there. The brakes worked, handlebars worked, chain we'll replace. Electrical system, everything was there, so we'll do another electrical system breakdown video. Again, if you've seen them on my channel, we do that as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I did some research on that tag, actually. So if you've commented in the comments, I'll still read it, and I appreciate that. But that SN, it's a European model. So that's why it wasn't showing on any Japanese, US, or Australian databases. So I'm gonna have to do some research into the SN models and hopefully we can identify the year. But we'll start sorting the shed. We've got a new shed, so I'm not really sure how this is all gonna fit in here, but we'll take it one step at a time. And yeah, if you wanna follow this more, like, subscribe, let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas. But I think we'll start with the structural part, the engine, and then yeah, kind of build from there. But hopefully see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.